Hello, my name is Harvey Roddenberry, and welcome to Stuff You Didn't Need to Know, a podcast about, well, things you didn't need to know. Sitting to my left is Edgar Tripp Turley, but I just call him Coach Turley. And to my right is Gannon Sapp. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself, Gannon.
I exist.
That's beautiful. I couldn't have said it any better.
Yes.
Coach Turley, a little bit about yourself.
I'm a teacher and a coach here at First Presbyterian Day School, and I am granted my greatest wish of getting to teach these young men about English.
And then we kidnapped him and forced him to make this podcast.
Yes, exactly right. Now, this is done under force, and there possibly could be some threats and blackmail involved in getting me to do this.
If you're listening to this, do not go into the subreddit for this podcast.
We barely even have a YouTube show. We don't even have we're not doing the subreddit yet.
We don't even have any listeners yet.
No, exactly.
So thank you to my mom, who's probably our only listener. Love you, Mom. So anyway, for our very first episode, we have a very special guest here today. This man is in the 10th grade. Oh, by the way, I'm in the 9th grade. Gannon's in the 9th grade. And Coach Turley's in the 9th grade at heart.
Yes.
We have a very special guest today. His name is David Reeves. And it looks like he shaved to come here today, and I respect that.
He is very clean shaven.
Yes. It's like the cheek of a babe.
It's truly my greatest quality.
Other than you're humorous and virtuous and
my creation of
Well, hold on.
Okay.
David, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that since this being your greatest quality, and this being a show about things that nobody really needs to know, do you believe your ability to shave or just your skin in general? And do you believe that razors or shaving cream add to this, detract, and do you have a favorite?
Okay, so my stance on facial hair is as soon as I can grow a beard, I'm going to have a beard.
Okay.
But until then, I'm going to stay clean shaven with a razor.
Okay. Is there a specific type of razor that you would recommend? Because I think all these young men are going to be entering the daily shaving category. I have a favorite. We can get into that later.
Gillette.
Yeah, yes, me too.
Yes.
Gillette, okay. Do you use a Mach 3 or plug ride?
I have not paid attention.
Yes, dude, sponsored by Gillette.
Okay.
This is not actually an advertisement.
Okay.
Please don't sue us.
Yeah, no. All publicity is good publicity.
Oh yes. You can't sue us.
All right, so you're unclear. What about shaving cream? Are you a soap and water man?
I've just been soap and water.
Soap and water. Okay.
I like a nice Barbasol.
Barbasol.
Original.
I did. I went with Barbasol for years until I recently gone to the Gillette gel.
No, does that give us?
It's much better. I will be honest with you. But in my old age, because my skin has grown quite thin, in order to not bleed out after I shave, I've gone to a gel series.
So now, do you use a what type of razor? Do you use?
I'm with you. I'm Gillette Mach 3.
See, I like the Gillette Mach 3. It has that nice smooth gel that kind of applies and softens your skin.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know this was just a shaving podcast.
Those things you didn't need to
Well,
know.
we're gonna get to
Yeah, fair.
Our audience is a woman.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to.
She's also a mom.
Yeah, she bought me the box.
Exactly right. So it's important for her to know these things.
Yes.
She's a purchaser.
Yeah.
So these are actually things you do need to know.
Yeah.
We apologize. Gannon, you seem to be a center of useless knowledge and information. Why don't you throw something out there for things that we don't need to know?
Snoop Dogg has an IQ of 147. Can you imagine what it would have been if he hadn't smoked all that pot? He'd been like, yo, G, I just cured cancer, baby, for shizzle.
Okay. I'm not sure if the long-term effects affect actual IQ or if, it's there in general.
Well, a recent study has shown that prolonged use of cannabis that contains THC in order to get you high can actually... Hey! We're recording a podcast. We apologize, Mom.
Just we apologize, Harvey.
Yes, to the fan.
What was I talking about?
Oh yeah. You had
Some sort of weed.
some THC.
Yes,
on.
it lowers your IQ by an average of 9 points.
That's pretty significant. That's pretty significant because that could take you from average to
Stupid.
below average. Yeah, we'll just say that.
Okay, just open the door, Harvey.
Harris, this is one of the spots we're going to edit out. Okay.
Harris.
Yeah, he's our producer, Harris Noland. Find him on Spotify at Sick Trap. He does EDM music that he creates himself.
Respect that.
So let's continue. What were we talking about? THC?
I believe so.
Yes. So can you imagine what the effects
Little Strogas.
if someone had not smoked all of that pot? How smart they would have been.
So Snoop Dogg's IQ's in the negative
You
now.
want a water bottle to spray him with?
Don't beat on my door, go away.
I'm laying down the law. Those are the 5 commandments that Moses lost.
I think that's our "you don't need to know" quote of the day. Get away from my door. Go away.
It's a warm and welcoming environment we have here.
Yes.
We try to be inviting to everyone.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, I love all my children in a merely platonic way. It's important to state that.
You were a victim.
Exactly.
This
Okay.
is Hollis Correa barging in.
Yes, we do have.
No,
we
it's
do have
Polish North Korea.
a semi. What do we call them? A semi guest and participant guest in Hollis Correa. All right,
God.
David, let's get more back to your
Yes,
morning
let's
ritual.
get- all right.
I am more concerned now with the fact that we do have a listener.
That's very true.
And so she has a strong purchasing power because she's purchasing not for just Harvey, but also for Harvey's father.
Yes, who has a full beard.
Who
He
does
still
have full beard. So this
Yeah.
is information he does not need to
Who is
know.
also named David.
Okay, but let's talk about other parts of David Reeves' morning ritual. Outside of shaving, what other parts of your morning ritual that we don't need to know about would you like to share with our audience?
Yes, of course I would. So the first thing I wake up to is my Amazon Echo yelling at me to wake up.
Oh,
And so I
Wait,
yell back at it
wait.
to shut up.
Is
Yes,
it
Dan.
in the voice of?
No, it's
I
it's
think
just
it's
the default
Samuel L.
alarm.
Jackson.
It's just the default alarm. I used to have it different, but then
my-
No, I know you could
My
get like.
brother was in a.
Oh wait, no, it was Terry Crews. You could get like a Terry Crews thing.
My brother was
And
in our
your
living
Alexa
room
would
one
just be
day, and
Terry
he goes,
Crews.
"Alexa, play me some Samuel L. Jackson," not knowing that you could purchase things from the Alexa store from it. And so it bought the voice of Samuel L. Jackson. Now every time we try to talk to it in the living room, it just screams at us. And his,
It goes.
and his pop.
What do you want? Food.
In his Pulp Fiction voice, it's great.
that is excellent.
But it was like $4.
David, what's your default
That's the best
voice?
$4.
It's just the woman.
Just
the
the
best
woman.
$4.
So it's actually Alexa waking you up in the morning.
Yeah, but it's just like a gentle tone, like a alarm kind of piano music, whatever you
Okay.
want to call it.
Okay.
So I wake up to that. It usually takes me a couple times to get it to shut up because it's stubborn. And so I wake up to that, and I grab my shorts out of my drawer, and I grab my shirt out of the closet, and I grab a towel, and I walk to the restroom where I stick my head under the shower.
I do that
Because
too.
if not, my hair will be large.
Bob
And
Ross.
Okay, David, do you use any product in your hair?
I do not.
Okay, so you're au naturel.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go around. Does anyone here use any product in
I
their
do.
hair?
I used to, but I don't anymore.
See,
No more?
with me, I like to be pimping all day, every day.
Yeah,
And
so-
so I always I do the 3 S's in the morning. I go to the bathroom, I shave, and I shower. So I always wash my hair with the good, nice conditioning shampoo.
A conditioning shampoo.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know it.
Oh, yeah. And while I
All
with that
the
said, I
sauce.
brush my teeth while I'm in the shower. And I have to brush my teeth for at least 2 to 3 minutes every morning and every night.
Respect
because,
that.
dental health is very important, especially when you have these, old metal mouth braces. You don't want to look like, polka dots on your teeth when you get them off. And so, I'm just trying to pimp every day.
Okay.
And so I always, I take a shower and then I get out and one thing that is very key when you have hair like this, because you don't get hair like this just naturally. I mean, you have to work for hair like this. I mean, I don't think people understand how much work it is to get this nice hair. So when you get out of the
I
shower,
wish the audience could actually see your hair.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait a minute. She can.
High five.
All right, Gannon, you have a nice head of hair
Yes.
right there. I mean, it really
Okay.
is. It's nice and thick. Is there any product going into your hair?
Okay. Axe 2-in-1, like conditioner and shampoo.
Axe 2-in-1
Nice.
conditioner. Are you Axe men or anybody else in here Axe men?
I'm an Irish Spring.
Irish Spring. I too am an Irish Spring user.
I love the way it, kind of deodorizes your body.
My wife is a Lever 2000 woman. Do y'all, anybody in here Lever 2000?
I didn't even know that
Lever
existed until,
2000 is a
2
soft
seconds
soap. It's a softer soap. It's more gentle. Now, my whole family are Lever 2000. My problem is it dissolves rapidly because of its soft nature. And I feel like I'm spending more on soap because of the soft nature of it. I like Irish Spring. I like a really hard bar of soap that I can scrape.
Yeah.
Or that really needs to be soaked in water
you
before
really-
use. Yeah, I
really
abrasive quality. I even tried lava one time, but it was way too abrasive. It has the sand granules that takes off grease and
Leaves
oil.
red marks on
Yes, it really does.
Look how looking like a lobster that accidentally got in a hot tub.
There's one thing we're not questioning though. What about the balloon man?
Oh yes, as
And
you may not be able to see, Mother, because I'll show you a picture of it, Mother. But there is, in fact, a balloon man that David has made for a history project. Now, how this has to do with the American Revolution, we really don't know. I mean, it could be the headless horseman.
He's out of dress code. He is
Yeah.
hoodie.
It's the one time I could wear a hoodie on Wednesday.
Yeah. And it appears to
Wait,
be...
what's Tuesday?
No, it's for tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it
So
does.
it appears to have an endoskeleton made of cardboard tubes with a head of the quality of a possibly a gray balloon, like silver, maybe a metallic quality. And it is wearing David's soccer hoodie, which has his number on it, 5, because he's only the 5th best player in the nation. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Yeah. You should. Well, you should be. Yeah. I've actually never seen him play.
Okay, David, how do you intend to insert Balloon Man with his hoodie, who's out of dress code? I'll be giving him a pink slip later, obviously.
Please
So
You get more detail.
Ms. Roddenberry, I just want to say, as our sole audience member, that we do enforce rules here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not a bunch of rule breaking
Right.
hooligans.
This is not anarchy here.
Like they are
Patch High
over,
School.
over
Exactly right. So, it seems very anachronistic because I don't know many historical figures outside of you, Mr. Reeves, who is going to be so balloony with a Viking soccer uniform. How's this going into the history
Okay,
project?
so the reason that I've made this monstrosity is that we have a DLP day tomorrow, and Coach A did not want to teach to an empty room when he makes our video.
Oh.
So he had us create us.
That's pretty funny.
But David, once again, your alter balloon ego is out of dress code.
This is an unacceptable fact. We just cannot get over.
I mean, what's he going to start vaping next? Where's this balloon man taking us?
He's not wearing a mask either.
I know, there's no mask.
He's like, next thing you know, he'll be snorting lines on the toilet seat.
I know, we're talking about. But I do see how wearing a hoodie could go to this behavior.
Yeah. It's a symbol of rebellion.
Exactly
And
right.
when a child gets rebellious amongst its peers and its mother and father, then it turns to more extreme forms of
Exactly.
rebellion
So
in order to get a bigger reaction.
What about this? Is this David's, who is we know is just an animal in the academic world? The tip pinnacle of soccer success.
Yeah.
Is this balloon man a manifestation of David Reeves' alter personality, the one that's going to show up? That he keeps quelled down deep inside. Is this some type of Freudian slip? I mean, I don't know. David. Should Coach A be concerned the balloon man could be disruptive in class during your DLP?
I would say this is a manifestation of all that I suppress deep inside him. He has not resorted to anything serious yet. Currently, he's just wearing a hoodie on a Tuesday. He's using the hoodie to cover up his AirPods.
Okay.
And he's listening to profane music.
Yeah. Goodness.
Listening to.
I'm just glad the balloon man does not have hands.
Yeah.
Because there is no telling. The
What trouble he
evil.
could- oh my gosh! Look at his.
Oh my gosh, he has tubes.
Look
He
at- look
literally
at-
has
hollow.
tubes for hands.
They're hollowed.
And they're hollow. All sorts of contraband could be stored
Yeah.
in this man's, hollow endoskeleton.
When he,
I guess
say,
you'd say.
when he says he has something up his sleeve, he really means it.
A tube. I think, this would be a remarkable experiment tomorrow. Possibly I'll take a picture of Coach A's DLP alter ego class.
I think that would definitely
and see
be
how many
suitable.
other Freudian slips we see out there in Coach A's class.
We were only required to make a poster board. I went a little overboard. I
Yeah.
got carried away.
I think
Wow,
you
I
should
had
tape
no
a mask to it.
I had a mask on him earlier. I just didn't like how it looked.
He's so much
Static.
all natural.
Well, I agree. I think the mask disguises the true personality.
And he's a bad boy. He wouldn't wear a mask.
Right.
That makes-
That's
Exactly.
evident
It makes
by
his
the
face
hoodie.
hot.
Yeah. There's all kinds of
He's
excuses
a Karen.
about this balloon man is bringing
The
to the
balloon
table
man
here.
is a
He has
Karen.
breathing problems from vaping so much.
Yeah, he is. That could be true.
This used to be a clear balloon.
Balloon man requests
Now
to speak to the
the
manager.
opaque nature.
This should be like a vaping commercial.
Don't end up like him.
Yeah.
IKEA furniture, overrated or underrated?
Ooh.
IKEA furniture.
Excellent
Thing
transition
is,
there.
do
Harvey.
you like having to build for 35 minutes before you can sit on your couch?
Well, those Swedish have a little something up their sleeve that just the Americans just don't have the edge on. What do you think, Coach Turner?
I'll be honest with you. I've only seen IKEA in memes coming across my social media feed. I've never been into an IKEA store, nor do I own any IKEA furniture, or am I really well aware that I would require any IKEA furniture?
That's
I do know
very
they make fun of it a lot for being like cheap, and like millennials seem to buy it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because they have no fashion sense.
Cheap.
IKEA, this is all a joke. Please sponsor us. Guys, we want to get sponsored by IKEA.
Well, I will say, I had a cousin.
Generation Z and the boomers seem to be
Trying
melding here.
sponsored by IKEA.
This is more of a millennial attack, though, Gannon, as opposed to
Okay, yeah,
IKEA.
fair.
Are you
Fair.
I mean, we could actually call IKEA and
I mean,
ask
we
them,
could-
are they symbolic of the millennial generation to
We can put a food.
No, they're
Yeah.
just symbolic of
take it over
Sweden.
Reddit? I don't know.
It's just Sweden.
We could buy one of their Guten Targen couches.
Well,
Go ahead, Harvey.
oh, I was gonna say, I've never been to an IKEA either, but I had a cousin who accidentally fell asleep on one of their display beds. And he got thrown in the dumpster. And when he woke up in the dumpster, they had already dumped the excess, like the meatballs and stuff out. He said those meatballs were top notch. I mean, the Swedish apparently got it going on with the meatballs.
Harvey, there are just so many questions left.
I have several questions, but
After
we're just
that-
gonna move on. We're just gonna move on.
There are so many questions, but yet not enough time.
Okay, I get it. But that will be revisited.
Okay.
This cannot be
We
shot.
are almost out
You
of
don't want to know
time.
how someone I knew escaped Germany.
Once again,
We're
there's so many questions.
Back to that another
So
time.
many questions.
Okay.
Enigmatic nature of Harvey.
Okay, I have an important question for all of us here.
This is my
Which
own.
movie franchise is better, Jurassic Park or Back to the
Oh my
Future?
God. Is this even a question?
I know. I think this is a great thing to end on. You could always end
Oh, yes.
your things that nobody cares about or does not need with a quick question and answer.
Quick survey.
Gannon, I
Yes.
like that. I like this idea. Gannon, you could really round this up
Yes,
powerfully.
I'm just going
And
to
this-
say Back to the Future is one of the best movie franchises by far.
Amen.
Back to the Future.
Part 2 is the best movie in the trilogy. Part 1 is still good. Part 3 is lesser than the other two, but it's still good regardless. Like, there's not a bad movie in the trilogy. It's just, like, 3 is just, like, it's not as good as, like, 1 and 2 because, like, they're just so iconic.
Absolutely.
Well, My opinion here, I'm a little embarrassed to say I have not seen the second 2 Back to the Futures.
David,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. What did you think
It's
about the first one?
I really, really enjoyed the first one. It was genuinely really good. Although, as a person who has not seen the second, I have to go with Jurassic Park for the sole reason that its music is better. Its
fair.
music is really good.
fair.
I have to go with Back to the Future because I loved all 3 of their movies.
Exactly.
I thought 3 was honestly one of the best third movies. I don't know how you'd say that. But it was the best third movie I've seen to a movie that was just so good. Because, most times when you see a movie, you're like, oh yeah.
The original's the best.
Second one's going to be so good.
Yeah, like
And
the
then it's
original's the best one. The sequels,
Yeah,
like,
trash.
Sequels
Yeah,
suck.
the sequel trash.
And then
Oh.
everything after the sequel is even worse than the sequel.
Yeah, but I will say,
Back to the Future is the one exception.
yes, that is very true. However, I was very disappointed on, what day was it? Like October 22nd, 2015 or something. I really wanted my jetpack. I really wanted my hoverboard where I could physically hover above the ground. Because if you remember that it was sometime in 2015 where they came to the future and they were all like driving around on hoverboards and had these.
We do have hoverboards.
Well, that's very well. That's
You just
true.
have to be quite skilled to actually ride
Yeah.
one.
And you have to be rich.
Yeah.
Like, pretty stinking rich.
Yeah. Now this was California, so I mean, it could have just been a colony of a bunch of young millennials.
Nobody knows what's happening over there.
Well, I will say though, I'm very
Probably got
impressed.
torched,
I have
let's
an
be
Apple
honest.
Watch on, and that is about as darn close, I think, as it gets to the phone watch that they had in 2015.
I'm going to have to disagree with all of you. Jurassic Park. See, what y'all are missing out on here is, and y'all keep coming back to the, what you expect in sequeled movies. The declining nature is what you really expect as the producer and actors try to drain every last penny from the American public on a worsening plot template into bad acting. So, that's
Back to the
what we
Future is
as Americans love.
That's
so,
very true.
so also too,
Okay,
on
yeah.
the declining nature of a movie franchise is what we love, and I don't know. I feel there's a warm nature watching the Return of the Dinosaurs.
It is.
I had to think too much in Back to the Future. I just had to think too hard about it. The time paradox.
And the separate dinosaurs having their own plot, heroes and villains.
Yeah, exactly
Oh,
right.
yes.
I did, and when he returned, in like the 4th movie or whatever before Jurassic World, it was like a King Kong type thing where you actually you felt for the mother as
Yes.
she was trying to defend her children.
Yeah.
See, so dinosaurs are human.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Okay, your opinion is wrong, but that's all the time we have for today, so...
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Things You Didn't Need to Know. We'll be back next week with more random crap.
Goodbye, Harvey's
Reporting. Goodbye, Mom. I love you. Reporting from First Presbyterian Day School. We are Things You Didn't Need to Know.